They finally got the right doctors involved, and so he finally did get some help. But
Okay.
there were some difficult times for my
Stress.
dad and him.
Okay, stresses, yeah. But he was always trying to help your dad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What was your favorite meal as a child? Or even, just growing up in your home?
Well, cabbage rolls were always a big favorite. I think that was probably one of my top favorite meals.
Okay,
We
great.
always had good food, by the way.
I bet you did.
Yeah, even when times were tough, my parents always saw that was good food available on the
That's
table.
neat. That's really
I
neat.
had a kind of an upside down diet, though. I don't know if I ever told you this, but
What?
breakfast consisted of dessert, piece of pie, whatever,
Oh, you're kidding me.
and maybe a little sandwich. Um, so,
Wow.
so that was kind of upside down. For lunch, I always had breakfast cereal.
Really?
Yeah, Wheaties,
Huh.
cornflakes, that kind
Okay.
of thing. Of course, dinners were conventional.
And didn't your mom have a bunch of desserts after dinner even?
Oh, we always had desserts. And one thing that facilitated that was that there were several bakeries within a couple of blocks of our house.
Okay.
So we never had a shortage of desserts in our house.
Wow.
My mother would bake occasionally, but usually they were bought
Okay.
cakes.
Your mouth is watering as you're talking about
Yeah.
it. Okay. What was an exciting experience or adventure you remember in your lifetime? Can you think of anything?
At what age?
Doesn't matter. Just one of the most exciting or adventuresome things you did
Wow.
that comes to mind.
I guess I'd have to think about our foreign trips, right?
Yeah. Well, it's okay if you pick that. I'm just,
I think that trip we took to Eastern Europe was,
that was recent, wasn't it?
yeah, did you ask about my childhood or?
Yeah, tell me about an adventure in your childhood, but then
Oh,
I'd like to hear about
okay.
why you like that other trip so much too.
Childhood adventures. Huh. I can't really think of anything that was that outstanding.
Okay.
We're not campers.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, we took some car trips, but they were,
To relatives in Connecticut.
yeah, they were not particularly memorable. Um,
Okay, so tell me about what made that Eastern European trip,
oh, that
so
was the
fascinating.
greatest trip. We started off in Warsaw, Poland.
Oh, that would make sense why that would mean so much to
Yeah.
you.
And we saw a lot of really good, interesting things there. We stayed in a hotel, which was one block from a church, Catholic church, where I guess it was Paderewski, or we used to play the organ. You know, it was really a historic place.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we, saw the things associated with Poland,
Mm-hmm.
including the Jewish ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went to Krakow. No, we went to, yeah, Krakow. Krakow's one of the more, next to Warsaw, is the second most historic
Okay.
city in Poland.
Was that the first time you were ever in Poland?
Yes.
Ah.
And we went to Auschwitz,
Wow.
and that was very sobering.
Yes.
Um, we went to the salt mines, Polish salt mines,
Wow.
which are underground, like 40 feet down. And the miners, in their spare time, would carve all these beautiful things.
Wow.
They had altars in salt, solid salt,
Wow. And they've stood the test of time.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's like, you know, a fourth wonder of the world. It's
Really?
so amazing.
Wow.
And that's something everyone should see in their lifetime, really.
Okay.
Uh, and then we went from Poland to Czech Republic, and we were in Prague when 9/11 hit.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And we had just come back from a walk, and we turned on CNN on TV,
Oh.
and we saw the planes
Mm-hmm.
hit the Twin Towers.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, it just showed the one tower that was smoking.
Right.
And the story at that time was that a plane had accidentally hit
Uh-huh.
it, you know,
Uh-huh.
which happens with skyscrapers.
Sure.
So we didn't think anything of it.
Mm-hmm.
But then, right before my eyes, I saw the second plane come and hit the second tower. And then I knew something
Yeah.
was wrong.
And did you feel, in a way, vulnerable since you
Yes,
weren't
yes,
in your homeland?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Felt really out of touch
Yeah.
with America.
Mm-hmm.
So we fortunately did not have our trip interrupted by that, but some people did, because on other trips people were scheduled to start going back home, and they just
Oh.
grounded everything
Wow.
for days.
Yeah.
But then we went from Prague to Hungary, and then to Austria, Vienna, Austria.
Wow.
And all of those were very, very interesting places. The thing I remember about Hungary was that it was raining most of the time,
Hmm.
and Mom was wearing this shower cap. And before you knew it, everybody in our tour group was wearing shower caps.
She started something.
She started something, a fashion trend in Hungary.
I would love to see a picture of that.
We may have some. So that was Hungary, and then Austria is very nice. We went to some concerts there, and of course the whole trip now was a little bit dampened by what had happened on 9/11.
Right.
We got back okay, and we noticed the security at the airport was extra
Pretty intense.
intense.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Dad, switching gears a little bit. Who is your hero in life, your real life hero? And tell me why.
Have to be my dad. The way he pulled the whole family through the Depression and through life.
Mm-hmm.
He's certainly my hero.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I knew your dad pretty well. He died when I was in high school. How would you describe his disposition? I want to know if it sort of matches my memory of that. So even through those tough years, what was his disposition like in life?
He just would never quit. He knew that if he kept working hard, taking care of the family, that things would be okay.
Mm-hmm. But wasn't he upbeat and positive too?
Yeah.
That's my
he
memory
was.
of him.
And you know, considering what he had to go through, it's amazing that he was.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that his religion was a big part of that.
Mm-hmm. And was he funny as well, Dad? Did he have a good sense of humor?
Well, I'm sure he did. He was not very outward with the family as far as that is concerned, but I'm sure he was with his friends.
Okay.
I mean, he was a member of the Knights of Columbus, and that was a big part of his life. Going out, they had Monday night meetings every week.
Okay.
So he enjoyed that. He did bowling.
Okay.
He was on a bowling team. He enjoyed that.
Uh-huh.
So he enjoyed life, I think.
Yeah.
I think the one big problem, the one big burden was when my brother was sick.
Mm.
That really weighed heavy on him.
Do you feel like that, was that like a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year? Like, how long do you sense that burden sort of
Well, it
stayed?
was pretty intense 1 year, but then when he got when he got the right doctor and got
Right.
some help, then it was, at a lower level, but for several more years.
Okay. Did you have a sense that your dad was thrilled when he ended up getting married, your brother? I mean, I would
Oh,
imagine.
I'm sure he was,
Yeah.
because we all felt that Aunt Joan was the best person
Mm-hmm.
for Paul,
I agree.
because she was an ex-nurse,
Mm-hmm.
and she knew how to take care of sick people, and
Mm-hmm.
Paul had some problems,
And they loved each other.
and they loved each other.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And they had a strong faith together.
That's always the most important thing in any
Mhm.
marriage, as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, who was the most famous person you ever met?
Wow. Well, there's a difference between meeting someone and seeing them in person. I saw a lot of famous people in person.
Because of living in Chicago?
No, I'm working at the Republican and Democratic conventions
Oh, okay.
in 1952.
Okay.
I saw people like Herbert Hoover, Adlai Stevenson, Richard Nixon, Eisenhower.
Wow.
When Eisenhower came in to accept the nomination,
Mm-hmm.
I went outside and watched him come in his convertible. He was standing up, giving his
Uh-huh.
Viva Victory, was within 10 feet of me.
Wow.
So I saw all these people, and I always enjoyed seeing famous people, not necessarily knowing them or meeting them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask who I actually met, that's a little harder to pin down, because I just don't remember that much about famous people that I actually met,
Okay.
that I would shake hands with or something like that.
Well, I'm thinking, how about, wasn't there a Nobel Prize, a couple of Nobel Prize winners that you knew even?
Yeah. Oh, now you got it. Yeah. I played bridge with 2 Nobel Prize winners in physics at Bell Labs. One of them was the co-inventor of the transistor. The other one was got the Nobel Prize for discovery, which made modern cameras possible, digital
Wow.
cameras, that kind of thing.
Do you remember what their names were?
Oh yeah, George Smith was the camera guy, and Walter Bratton was the transistor guy.
Okay.
So, and Walter Bratton, he actually played bridge in our house once.
Hmm.
We had this bridge club, and at the end of the year we'd play bridge in others' houses as kind of a final round to determine final winners.
Okay.
And Walter Bratton came to our house on North Summit Avenue and played there.
Mm-hmm.
So those are famous people that I knew.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of any others.
I could move on to the next question.
Okay, let's go to the next
All
question.
right. This is a little change here. What was your nickname and why?
Oh boy. I remember there was a period of time in my life when they used to call me Jumbo Jim.
Why, pray
In
tell?
an affectionate kind of way,
Why do you suppose?
I don't know.
Were you a little jumbo?
I mean, I was growing at that time.
Oh, okay. Well, you were called Jimmy, right?
Yeah, Jimmy was very popular.
Is that what your dad and mom called you, Jimmy?
Probably when I was young, yeah.
Okay. Jumbo Jim. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I think there are a lot of people that called me G.R.
Oh. I think some of us have had that nickname.
Yeah,
Yeah.
over the years. But it's not a significant thing in
Yeah.
my life.
Okay. Okay, I think you'll like this here area. Name some of your favorite all-time favorite songs.
Oh
One or two.
boy, That's tough. Uh, well, it's not a song, but you ever hear of the Unchained Melody?
I think I have. I'm sure I have.
Yeah, there are words to that song.
Okay, Unchained Melody.
Yeah, that was kind of Mom and my song.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um, I used to listen to the jukebox when I was at the soda fountain because it was blaring all the time,
Oh, that'd be fun.
and there were a lot of songs played over and over and over. So I loved anything by Frank Sinatra, Frankie Laine,
Mm-hmm.
Doris Day.
Okay.
Uh, I can't really think of any one of them that was my favorite one, though, unless the Unchained Melody, because
Okay.
that was Mom and my song.
Right. That's neat.
Yeah.
How about name some of your favorite all-time movies? I think I know the answer to
Gunga
this.
Din.
All right.
Gunga Din is my favorite all-time movie.
Wow. What did you like about it?
Oh, it's a great movie. Well, it had comedy, and it was a serious movie about the Brits in India,
Mm-hmm.
but it had comedy aspects too. Great cast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's my favorite all-time movie. I can't think of any other one that comes close.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I thought you liked this movie called The Man in a White Suit or something.
Yeah, those are the comedies. And Alec Guinness movies were always great.
Alec Guinness?
Alec Guinness was
Alec Guinness. Okay.
the star of these movies.
Okay.
The Man in the White Suit, Kind Hearts and Coronets, several just unbelievably funny movies.
Okay.
And I got to tell you about when I saw Alec Guinness in person.
Oh, another famous person.
Yeah, but you see, these are people I've seen on the stage, and I've seen a lot of famous
Okay.
people on the stage.
Okay.
I went to, I dropped Mom off at the airport. She was flying out to Oregon. And I decided to go into New York and see a play, because it was a Saturday matinee kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to see Hello Dolly, so I went to the theater. They were sold out.
Mm.
And then I saw across the street, played Dylan, D-Y-L-A-N,
Okay.
Dylan, about Dylan Thomas,
Okay.
Irish playwright,
Uh-huh.
starring Alec Guinness. The Alec Guinness, my one and only favorite movie star.
That's so great.
I did get a ticket and I went in and saw it, and it was a one-man show, and he was
Oh
on the
my
stage the whole
gosh.
time.
That is a fascinating story.
Yeah. And it
That's
was
one of
just-
those stories where something at first is such a disappointment because
Yeah.
Hello Dolly had sold out.
Yeah.
But what's even better is that you came across that.
Across that.
Wow.
Alec Guinness.
That's so cool. Did you have a good seat?
Yeah, it was a good seat. It was like, it was in the regular audience part of it, not under this
Balcony.
Not in a balcony.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty good seat, as I recall.
That's really, really neat, Dad. Wow. That is so cool.
Yeah.
What would you say, we only have 1 minute left for this little section, but what would you say is your favorite radio program?
Radio. I don't listen to.
Well, when you were growing up, did you have a...
Oh, when I was growing up, yeah. The Shadow, Burns and Allen, Fibber McGee and Molly. There were a lot of shows of that type that everyone listened to.
Febbre and Molly?
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Oh, Fibber
Little
McGee.
Orphan Annie,
Okay.
The Shadow,
Okay.
Jack Armstrong, The All-American Boy.
Okay.
Yeah, those were shows I used to listen to all the time.
Okay. What kind of responsibilities did you have growing up?
Well, I had to chores around the house. I remember washing the floor a lot with a bucket of water and a damp rag.
Okay.